Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something.
Loki! Loki! Behold, I am sorely troubled. Thor continues to defy me. He still loves the mortal Jane Foster. The only emotion I cannot control is love. You are clever, Loki. I ask your advice. Huh? After all these ages? Why, Asgard, it strikes my fancy. I shall do it. And in my absence, you, Loki, will rule in my stead till I return.
Midgard has turned its back on the gods. You are not to become involved, my son. You have meddled in the affairs of man far too often. Now leave them to the fates. I forbid you from aiding them. Return to Asgard at once.
Or do you think your father a complete fool? Certainly one of my sons does. The uprising in Jotunheim, you insisted I quell, was not but a trap laid by treacherous frost giants, all of whom now lay slaughtered by my hand. After all I have done for you, Loki, I should cast you to the bottom of the Gununga Gap for this affront. As I recall, whenever there are puppets at play, it has always been Hela who pulls the strings. Stray from your realm again, Queen of the Dead, and your thread will be cut permanently.
Doom! Your wretched scheme is undone, and your black soul is mine. An eternity of suffering is the fate of those who challenge the gods. Thus, the cycle begins anew. Asgard is safe once again, defended to the end by its heroes. I am proud of each of you that stand before me. The day was saved by loyalty and sacrifice. We honor those who fought beside us, those who are no longer with us, and we defy those who would see us brought to ruin. And while the rewards of Valhalla await all of Asgard's heroes, this day we honor a hero of Midgard, a mortal who sacrificed everything for a land not his own. This day, a human showed the gods what legends are made of. Hail the mortal, Bruce Banner!
I love my son Thor and not my son Loki, and Santa agrees. My parenting is most inequitable.
Oh, my son, be not a doofus child. Frigga, your mother, is concerned. Thou must meet a nice Asgardian girl, and soon. Or even an Olympian girl, as long as she is mythic. So you say, but know this, Valkyrie Brunhilde of Asgard now lives nearby. Tell me you shall call her Thor.
You have gone too far, Loki. This is no game. Soon I shall enter the Odin sleep, and Asgard will not have my power to protect it. To bring the frost giants here, to try to usurp your own father. Enough! You leave me no choice, Loki. You are hereby banished to the Isle of Silence, where no one will have to suffer your lies and deception.
Darn it, Phil, this is a milk bath. How am I supposed to have a milk bath without any cookies? Wafers! Why don't you just bring me a bunch of oat bran instead? You know what? Forget it. Just bring me the chocolate syrup. That'll kick this bath up a notch.
The shadow of the serpent will fall across the world tree soon. The lock is lit. We must return to Asgard. Ball not.
I must admit no small surprise, my son. I had not thought to see you in this place. Why? Because of the shame you must feel before me. And how will you do this thing, Loki? The god of thunder is not so easily dispatched.
Once, mankind accepted a simple truth: that they were not alone in this universe. Some worlds man believed to be home to their gods. Others they knew to fear. From a realm of cold and darkness came the frost giants, threatening to plunge the mortal world into a new ice age. But humanity would not face this threat alone. Our armies drove the frost giants back into the heart of their own world. The cost was great. In the end, their king fell. And the source of their power was taken from them. When the last great war ended, we withdrew from the other worlds and returned home to the realm eternal, Asgard. Here we remain as a beacon of hope, shining out across the stars. And though we have fallen into man's myths and legends, it was Asgard and its warriors that brought peace to the universe.
I made this creature and gave it the will to destroy an entire race. You may have freed it, son, but it was I that created it. No honor has come of it. You forget, my son, that within the Odin sleep I see all, truth and tricks alike. At least some of us have found some measure of redemption this day.
You chose to turn your training into public entertainment, but this kingdom cannot afford to see its prince defeated week after week. Being a king is not about drawing a sword in battle. It's about avoiding battle entirely. Perhaps he will. But as for you, there will be no leaving Asgard. I am your king and your father, and you will obey me.
Thor, where art thou, son? I have need of your... something screwy about that boy.
You are a vain, greedy, and cruel boy. You are unworthy. And until you learn how to conduct yourself like an adult, I cast you off!
Odin sleep. And that is why you are also banished. I take from you your power, and I cast you out, Ice Giant!
Silence! I cannot believe that even Loki would have the gall to threaten the survival of Asgard. Is this true?
I am here for you, son. You are to come back to Asgard, never to return again. It was no request, Thor. Your time playing here is over. Asgard has abundant threats, and you are Asgard born. Why would you choose this realm over your own? It is insignificant where the matters of gods are concerned. If their strongest can't best a mid-god serpent or a destroyer, then they deserve their demise. I haven't been hit like that since facing off against the fire demon Surtur. I have underestimated you, creature. Perhaps we should try again with proper introductions. I am Odin, son of Bor. My beard! You did well to defeat these odd green ogres, Thor. And the Berserker staff? Loki, where is the other piece? Fragments do not match. A third piece is missing from the middle. Do you realize the danger of your blunder? You are not anyone. You are princes of Asgard. This hammer, Mjolnir, was forged for the day when one of you proves worthy, possessing not only the strength to wield it, but the wisdom to wield it wisely. That which threatens Asgard must first face the wrath of Odin. The Darkhawks shall rue the day they attempted to destroy Asgard with this mechanical impostor of your beloved rodent. However, their treachery has yielded us a weapon, which will rain down our vengeance upon their realm, and especially upon their leader, my brother the Serpent. My brother will not yield without a fight, Peter Quill, which is why I had your weapons upgraded in the Forge of Asgard.
I have not forgotten you, monarch of the branch worlds, ruler of all he sheds. And now, brave guardians, my son Prince Thor will enlighten you on the particulars of your quest. Heed well, guardians. Should your mission fail, I shall personally destroy all of Nowhere, thus preventing the Serpent and his army of Darkhawks from ever invading our galaxy again. Long before the birth of light, there was darkness, and from that darkness came Malekith, a dark elf who millennia ago sought to return our universe back into one of eternal night, using the power of the ether, an ancient force of infinite destruction. My father vanquished Malekith in a mighty war. It was a tale he recounted so often that he truly lived up to the name King Bor. At the climax of the battle, the ether was destroyed, or so we believed until Jane Foster, Thor's girlfriend from the wrong side of the Bifrost, somehow managed to stumble upon it, waking an ancient evil from his slumber, with only one layabout to defend her, and my favorite son in prison. Asgard was in more peril than it had ever faced.
Thor, my son, long we believed, rather we hoped, that the Dark Elves were dead. Tell me what you have learned. They did not attack you with the weapons? This is what I feared. These Uru weapons that each recreated can be used to channel energy, just as Mjolnir does with lightning. If the Dark Elves were to do this throughout all the 9 worlds simultaneously, the power of these weapons could plunge the universe into an eternal night. No, while the individual weapons are incredibly powerful, the Dark Elf ritual cannot be completed so long as the sword and axe are safe on Asgard.
Asgard stands with you. Be champions. This is your time. Do not challenge me. Prepare for battle.
I shall fight for the sake of Asgard.
Loki, once again for crimes against Asgard, you are banished to Earth, Springfield.